Yo, what is going on everybody? Shri Kanase here and welcome back to the best Shopify YouTube channel out there. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can revive a dying store. Now, as depressing as that sounds, often this is the fate that a lot of dropshipping stores come to, in my opinion, and a few facts about 99.9%. And these stores often die within the first 5 years. But when I'm around, you don't have to worry about going away with dropshipping or finding another venture, because we're gonna make sure that your store lasts for ages and ages. And just for that, make sure to smash that subscribe button down below if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos. But without wasting any more time, let's just jump right into it. So reviving a possibly dead store or dying store, and the easiest ways to rise up. I'm going to be introducing several solutions which you can implement right now and take action to bring your store back to what it used to do. And before we go into the solutions, like always, I want to talk about why is the store dying in the first place. It is really crucial to figure out why your store is dying before we attach the specific solutions, because each different problem has a different solution to it, and there are various different problems which could lead up to your store dying out. So the first problem, which is very common with stores dying out, is that there is too much competition. You have to really ask yourself and do a little bit of research before even answering the question. And the question is, do you have a lot of competitors right now for that specific product? This is one of the biggest problems with the dropshipping. As soon as you start scaling a product to 5 figures, 6 figures, people become aware that, okay, this product is selling well and I could be also selling that product. And because of this, many dropshipping stores do end up saturating that product. Although I don't really believe in saturation, a lot of competition could often kill a lot of these products. So you have to ask yourself whether there is a lot of competition right now for your specific products, and if there is, you can apply one of the solutions I will be going over soon. But the second biggest problem when it comes to Adsets dying out is there's a lack of testing new or different ad creatives or copies. Right now in 2019, it is really crucial for you to consistently test new ad copies, creatives, new conversion boosting techniques on your store on an almost weekly or daily basis if possible. There are just too many things fluctuating nowadays, and the best way to tackle them is by testing different things. So really ask yourself this question. Have you been really testing new ad creatives or copies, or have you kind of been just sitting on the back pedal and just relaxing a little too much? Another big problem that leads to a store dying out is that the same description or the landing page experience has been continuously shown to the customers. You know, after a customer views a specific ad too many times, over 3 or 5 times, they kind of become blind to that ad creative or copy. And it is the same for your landing page. Are you giving the customers the same exact landing experience? Meaning, are all of the images the absolute same? Are all of the descriptions that you wrote the same thing? And if the answer is yes, then this could be one of the reasons why your store is right now not doing as well as it used to be. The fourth problem on my list is that the ad sets are running for more than a week. Sometimes when ad sets start to do well, again, we go on the back pedal, we just sit back and relax like we're on vacation, and we forget to constantly test new things. And testing also applies to launching new ad sets for new interests. So if your ad sets have been running for more than a week and you're starting to notice a decline in sales, that is one reason as why that's happening. Your ad sets are just running way too long. The fifth problem is unsatisfactory customer service feedback score. Now, if you don't know how to check your customer service feedback score for Facebook ads, I'll have the link in the description, but I recommend that you have this score above a 3. Otherwise, it could lead to a lot of your ads getting penalized, not being shown to the correct audience, or lowering the reach in total. So these kinds of problems also contribute in a store dying out just because your ad sets are not performing well. And the final problem, which is one of the biggest ones, is lack of diversification. Ask yourself this question. Are you just relying on Facebook ads, or are you fully diversified? Think about it. If Facebook ads screws up tomorrow and it shuts down completely, your business is over if you're just relying on Facebook ads. If your products were selling well on Facebook ads, then there is a really high chance that you could find another advertising platform to transfer all of that data from customers you got to create lookalike audiences for on these other platforms. Snapchat ads offers lookalike audiences, Pinterest ads offers that, Google ads as well. So you have a lot of ways to diversify. And if you're just relying on Facebook ads, you could be in a pretty deep hole. But now that we've covered that, let's move on to the first solution. And this is directly relating to your ad copy, but you can apply this solution for almost all the problems I mentioned earlier. The solution is Change up the scroll stopper, also known as the thumbnail image of your video ad. If you're using image ads, change up the image itself. But when it comes to the scroll stopper image, you want to start testing different thumbnail images which really divert somebody's attention. So something that is super crazy that I have to watch the video, otherwise I'm gonna be curious all day as to what that scroll stopper even meant. And you want to test 3 to 5 different ones per ad set. So you'll have one campaign and the individual ad sets within that campaign, and each ad set will have 3 to 5 different ad copies. All of these 3 to 5 different ad copies are going to have the same exact text. The only difference will be in the thumbnail or the scroll stopper. You'll want to test 3 to 5 different ones, and these 3 to 5 different ones will be the same for each ad set. But monitor these different scroll stoppers over the 2 to 3 day period and really try to see which ad copy is getting you the highest click-through rate, the highest link clicks, and in the end, the highest purchases. But you have to keep the ad copy text the same. Whenever you do this split testing, you want to make sure to split test one thing at a time. Don't change the thumbnail up as well as the text, because you will not know exactly what is working and what isn't. So test 3 to 5 different thumbnail images and monitor it for 2 to 3 days and see what is getting you results. Based on that, you can start running those winning ad copies for each ad set that you launch. And going back to the image ads, test multiple different images with the same ad copy. You're applying the same technique as you would for the thumbnail image. You're going to be testing 3 to 5 different image ads per ad set. And the text itself is going to be the same. The only difference again will be the image itself. And again, you want to monitor it for 2 to 3 days, see if it's getting you results, what is getting you results, what is not. Cut out the losers, scale the winners, and you repeat the process. This is a really easy way to get back on track, because one of the biggest solutions for almost all of the problems is ad copy fatigue. And this battles ad copy fatigue really well. And ad copy fatigue is basically just your customer getting tired of seeing the same old ad copy over and over again. And also Facebook ads not showing your ad set to the new people because there's not enough engagement that the ad copy is getting. So try this. But moving on to our second solution, this also relates to our ad copy itself, but this time we want to change up the ad copy itself, meaning the ad copy text. I highly recommend that you try solution number 1 before jumping on to solution number 2, because as I mentioned, you want to try these solutions one at a time. Try them all, but one at a time. But going back to ad copy text, you want to refer to my Facebook ads copywriting video that I just recently posted. That video is one of my most in-depth videos on writing killer 7-figure ad copy, so check that out and apply those techniques when creating this brand new ad copy for your ad sets and products. But again, you want to use the same video or image ad with different text. This time all we're changing is the ad copy text. The image ad or the video ad is going to be the same. So you would launch 3 to 5 ad copies within each ad set, and all of these 3 to 5 copies will have the same video ad or image ad with different text. And again, you want to monitor it for about 2 to 4 days, see what is getting you results, see what is bad, and kill those losers and scale the winners. An alternative to this solution is just running a post engagement campaign, launching 2 to 3 different ad sets for a very broad interest within your niche for that product, and testing out these 3 to 5 different copies. I've been consistently finding better results testing with post engagement ad sets. Normally nowadays, I even have post engagement campaigns running side by side with my conversion campaigns, and I run up to 2 to 5 different ad sets within each post engagement campaign, just because Facebook actually prefers your ad copy and ad set more if it is getting a ton of engagement. So it is a double win-win situation for you. In this case, we're only doing it to figure out which ad copy is a winner ad copy for your specific product. But again, in this solution, we're only changing up the text. Moving on to solution number 3, this is where you want to kind of take a bigger step. You want to fully change the video itself, or again, going back to the image ad, you want to completely change the images, throw out the old ones because they're just not working anymore. And usually I apply this after solution number 1 and 2 has failed. But within this solution, there are 3 different ways you can go about doing this. The first way is ordering the product yourself, shipping it to one of the video creators on Fiverr.com or Upwork.com, and having them shoot a custom-made video for you. These can be really beneficial in just reviving your whole product and going back to your 6-figure level, because the video is brand new, it is custom made, you're not copying anybody. And this is one of the biggest solutions within this bigger solution that I recommend to really up your game and rise back up. The second way to go about doing this is ordering the product and filming the video yourself. One of my mentoring students actually ordered the product themselves and filmed them wearing the product and showcasing the product, and they were actually able to do about $200,000 in just 2 months because of that. So remember that I always say that you have to stand out of the crowd in 2019, otherwise it is very hard to be successful with dropshipping. These two techniques so far are the biggest ways to stand out of the crowd because you're doing something that is fully custom and nobody else would have the same video as you. Third way is to create a brand new video using different clips that you find on YouTube or Amazon or wherever, or rearranging the original ones that you currently have. This is not always as effective as number 1 and number 2, but it does work, so it is definitely worth a try. But one thing you want to do is you want to keep the ad copy text for all 3 to 5 different tests of the video the same. So again, it goes back to testing one thing at a time. If you're changing up the clips of the video, make sure to test 3 to 5 different variations of the clips with the same text for each. And this will really help you identify that 1 or 2 key winner ad copies which you can then scale. Now, solution number 4 is shut off all the ad sets within the winning campaign for 3 to 5 days. This is one of the easiest solutions in my opinion, and I do this often when I'm facing a lot of fluctuations with Facebook ads. A lot of people say that, oh, you're gonna lose all of the data, you're not doing it right. How could you just shut them all off? You wanna lose all your money, man? That is definitely not true, and I can vouch for this because I've done this not 1 time, not 2 times, but over 10 times. And about 9 out of 10 times I've had the same results. And the results were, after I restarted those specific ad sets after having turned them off for 3 to 5 days, not only did they start bringing me in sales again, but they actually were working better than before. The only time when it didn't do well as before was when I exceeded the 7-day mark of leaving them shut off. So this is my opinion, but do not exceed 7 days for your ad sets after you have turned them off. Make sure to restart them before the 7-day period, otherwise it may be kind of difficult to get them working again. But again, one of the easiest and straightforward solutions, you can apply this right now. And an alternative to the solution is duplicate the winning ad sets within that specific campaign, which turned bad, into a brand new campaign and restart those ad sets. So in this case, we're running those old bad ad sets as well and just shutting them off as they start to do worse and worse. But we're also restarting them by duplicating them into a brand new campaign. And what I found is this also does the trick. Restarting them really makes them run right from the beginning and start them doing well again. So that's definitely an alternative to this solution number 4. But these 2 things are something you should definitely try. And our final solution is testing more products in the same niche as the winner. This is kind of like your last resort when everything you have tried isn't just working out, you're just losing money. And at that point, you just want to kind of say, okay, now it's time to test more products within that specific niche. The beauty about this is that you already have tons and tons of data within the specific niche, and that just means it'll be easier for you to find more winning products within that niche. But when testing out these specific products, you want to really take a look at the profit margins. Nowadays, I don't recommend anything below $15 if you're running Facebook ads because it is very hard to be profitable and scale below $15 profit margins. In addition, you want to be really utilizing those lookalike audiences to test all of these different products within that niche because lookalikes are the easiest and best way to scale. But don't forget about your winning interest ad sets. Those interest ad sets really do the job as well, especially if they're within a specific niche. And you should definitely be using lookalikes and interest ad sets to your own advantage. But moving on to our last part of the video, I thought of doing something a little bit different than normal. As you can see, I have a special business quote for you which will hopefully motivate you to take action and continue striving. But the quote says, if you really want to do something, you'll find a way. If you don't, you'll find an excuse. By Rohn. And I believe this really applies well to this video because if you really have the intention of restarting your store and making it work as it used to before, and if you really want to achieve that same income level as you once used to have, you'll do anything you can to find a way. If you don't really want it, you'll find excuses. As simple as that. But if you liked me having this quote at the end, let me know down in the comment section so I can start adding it at every single video. But that was all for this video. I'll see you guys next time.